As a student at the University of Saskatchewan, Karin Lofstrom competed nationally in field hockey and ice hockey, but it was the example set by then faculty member Pat Lawson that would lead her to her eventual career. As her university studies were coming to an end, Lofstrom applied for a work placement program run by the Canadian Association for the Advancement of Women in Sport and Physical Activities, or CAUSE, an organization that Lawson had helped create. The work placement was an internship with Basketball Canada that was to last for a period of 7 months.
Most people come from working in their provincial sport organization and then potentially to the National Association. And I kind of was able to just hopscotch right over the provincial level, went from university right into this internship program that kind of, it was the kickstart, to being involved at the national level.
Lofstrom would end up spending the next 4 years with Basketball Canada, working as the men's national team administrative coordinator. From there, she moved on to the Canadian Figure Skating Association, now Skate Canada, where she was the national team coordinator. In that position, she provided administrative support for Team Canada through 7 World Championships and 2 Winter Olympic Games.
Got to go to the Lillehammer Olympics with the skating team, and that was amazing. Got to be there for a month, and went a year in advance to do a site visit and find off-site training for athletes that were finished but wanted to stay till the closing ceremonies, because the structure of skating is the World Championships is after the Olympics, so they're not done when they're going to stay for another week. They still need to keep training.
In 1997, Lofstrom accepted a position with CAUSE as operation manager. By 2000, she had stepped into the role of executive director, a position she still holds as of 2012.
I was all right as an athlete, but I knew I wasn't, I went to a national championship. I wasn't going to go to Olympics or national teams and stuff, but I was really passionate about sport, so I wanted to find other ways. So when the Hockey Worlds was coming to Ottawa in 1990, I volunteered to be on the organizing committee of that event. And then, then again, when Canada hosted a couple more times, I was always behind the scenes, and I like being an organizer. That's where I think my strengths are.
Under Lofstrom's leadership, CAUSE continues to adhere to its mission to provide leadership and education and build capacity to foster equitable support, diverse opportunities, and positive experiences for girls and women in sport and physical activity. As executive director, she has overseen several important initiatives, including the Women in Sport Leadership Training Program, the Aboriginal Women in Sport Program, the Women in Sport Encouragement Fund, workshops to address homophobia in sport, and programs to engage new Canadian women in sport.
That's some of the parts with CAUSE that's fun, in the sense that we're not only working to, for mainstream, girls and women, but dealing with, addressing homophobia and the newcomers and Aboriginal girls and women and women 55 to 70 in physical activity. So, it's people that are on the fringes, and we do some stuff for Mothers in Motion and low social economic status women. So it is all addressing the people that have a harder time getting into sport, and how can we, help make that process a little bit easier.
In addition to her work with CAUSE, Lofstrom has served in an advisory capacity with several national sporting bodies. These include the Canadian Inter-University Sports Equity and Equality Committee, the Active Circle Advisory Group, and the Canada Olympic Committee's Women in Sport Committee.
It's, finding a way to be involved in sport, it doesn't have to only be as an athlete. So I think that's something for people too, that, going to the Olympics, it was my Olympics as a sport administrator. I wasn't going to be there as a coach or an athlete, but you can stay involved, and get your passionate, commitment to sport in different ways too.
Installed in the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame on June 16, 2012, Karin Lofstrom.